layer order, quick review. There is a file in the web thingies with these things in it. What's that file called? You ask a lot of questions. Colorful circles layer order. It's original. Give you that. So remember the thing about layers is that whatever's on top affects whatever's below it. So we have the cyan circle and this red circle. If I drag the red circle below the cyan circle, then the red circle is on top, right? If I drag the whiteness above both of them, then both of them are hidden. If I drag it between the red and the cyan, just the cyan is hidden. Right, pretty straightforward. Put that cyan circle back on top. And the same is true of our adjustment layers. They affect whatever is below them in that layer stack. So I'm going to make a new adjustment layer that is a black and white adjustment layer. Boom. Now if I want it to only affect the cyan circle, let's rename it for Pete's sake. And I guess I should call it overall black and whiteness. If I drag it below the cyan circle, it only affects the red circle. Now, it does affect the white background, but since the white background is already not a color, it's just white, visually we do not see that. So that's not usually what we're going to do. Usually we're going to be working with pictures. So let's go ahead and look at a image that is a actual picture. So in our sample files again, there is layer order, kill postcard grass. Again, I don't even name these. It's me. So here we have my dusty ass cat and a postcard with some grass on it. Now I would like that grass to look dead for some reason. Why? It's a conceptual art piece, okay? Come on. Way to do that, come over here to our black and white cookie, get a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to come down here to hue and saturation. We have hue and saturation, that's awesome. So I'm going to put layers below it because that's how I roll. And I'm going to come up here to hue, and I'm going to look at the grass, and there, that grass looks pretty dead. So good job. I've killed the grass, but I have also made everything else look terrible, right? Like super wonky magenta floor. None of that is good. So how do we restrict? I mean, the cat looks fine because the cat's already just black, right? Changing the hue of the cat doesn't do anything. So how do we fix that? Order doesn't work, right? If I move the order down below the postcard, that is the opposite of what I want to have happen. Change overall hue. So grass is dead. So that's not what I want. Remember, what we want is a clipping mask, or as I call it, indenting. So we hold down the Option key, we put our mouse right between those two layers, mouse cursor changes, we click, blink, and now that adjustment layer only impacts the layer, the pixel layer that it is sort of clipped to, right? So now I can go in there and fine tune it a little bit. Maybe I'll increase the brightness. Saturation probably is about right. Yeah, that looks pretty nice and dead. So that is what we do to make our adjustment layers only impact the layer right below them. If you look at the handout, I actually did a little bit more subtle version of that adjustment layer, but this is close enough. So just to go back over that again, if I go back to my colorful circles part 2, right? So if I take that and I want to, once again, click the black and white cookie, add a black and white adjustment layer. Right, if I want to have it only impact the red layer but leave my background nice and exciting, I hold down the Option key on the keyboard, put my mouse between those two, click, and now that black and white adjustment is applied only to that red circle. So that is super important. That's why we're reviewing it. Keep it in mind. It will be there in your homework that you're doing today, assignment 3.5, and will definitely be something that you have to use on your own as you go through retouching your images. All right, see you in the next clip.